Chosen one. Listen carefully. This moment is not an accident. Heaven has pressed pause on everything else, so this word can find you. You have been marked. A seal has been placed on you that no man can break. No demon can irase, and no circumstance can override. That seal is not symbolic, it is spiritual proof that you belong to the kingdom of light. You know deep down that you have always been different. Even when you tried to blend in, something in you would not let you be like everyone else. Your spirit resisted compromise. Your heart could not settle for mediocrity. And your soul carried a weight that others around you never understood. That was not rejection. That was divine protection. That was God Himself saying, "This one is mine. This one is marked. This one carries my seal." And you've walked through fire others would have collapsed in. You've endured nights when sleep would not come, and mornings when strength was nowhere to be found. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still reaching. That is the evidence of your seal. It kept you when you didn't want to be kept. It preserved you when you thought you were forgotten. The fact that you are here right now is proof that your story is not over. The world does not see the seal, but heaven does. Angels move because of it. Demons retreat because of it. And today, the Spirit of the Lord declares that the assignment attached to that seal is now being activated. You cannot sit in the shadows any longer. You cannot hide your light. You cannot live beneath the weight of your true calling. Chosen one. You must understand that this seal does not make life easier. It makes life purposeful. Darkness recognized you before you even knew your own name. And that is why opposition has followed you since childhood. People misunderstood you. Friends betrayed you. Opportunities slipped through your fingers. It was never random. It was warfare. It was hell trying to intercept what heaven had already stamped upon you. But here is your assurance. The prophet Jeremiah spoke, as recorded in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." And now I speak directly into your spirit. Stop doubting. Stop second-guessing. Stop letting the whispers of the enemy tell you that you are unworthy, unready, or incapable. The seal proves you are chosen. The seal proves you are equipped. The seal proves you cannot be stopped. Every voice that told you otherwise was lying. Every delay was training. Every heartbreak was pruning. Heaven has been preparing you for such a time as this. So hear me clearly. God's chosen one, this is your moment of awakening. This is not another motivational message, not another random video, not another passing thought. This is the Lord's interruption of your day, the Spirit's confirmation to your heart, and heaven's reminder that you are marked, you are sealed, and your final assignment is now being activated. Pause right here and let that truth sink in. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are chosen. You are sealed. And you are about to rise into the greatest chapter of your destiny. If you feel this word stirring in your spirit, if you know this is confirmation of what God has already whispered to your heart, then I invite you, beloved one, to lock arms with this community of chosen ones. Like this message, share it so another sealed one can awaken. And subscribe so you never miss what heaven is speaking into your life. And right now, as a prophetic act, comment below the number 777 to declare, "I receive the seal and I step into my assignment." Now, chosen one, you must understand why you have been carried through the fire. Many look at you and see only survival, but heaven says refinement. Every tear, every loss, every betrayal, and every sleepless night has been the furnace shaping you into someone that cannot be broken. The fire did not come to destroy you, it came to prove what was already inside you. Think back over your journey. There were moments you questioned if you would make it. There were seasons when the pressure felt unbearable. The weight of responsibility, the pain of being misunderstood, and the silence of unanswered prayers pressed against you like flames. Yet in the fire, you discovered strength you never knew you had. And that strength was not born of your own willpower. It was divine. It was evidence that God's hand was on you, even when you felt abandoned. The fire strips away what cannot remain. Gold is purified by heat, and so too is the soul of the chosen one. You did not walk through those trials for nothing. They burned away distractions, pride, fear, and false identities. They forced you to confront what truly matters. They left you standing, not as who you thought you were, but as who God always knew you were becoming. You might not realize it, but people are drawn to your resilience. They see someone who has walked through storms and still carries light. They see someone who has been broken, but not destroyed. What you carry now is not the same as before the fire. You carry wisdom. You carry authority. You carry scars that speak louder than words. Chosen one. The enemy hoped the fire would silence you, but instead, it awakened something that cannot be silenced. Your spirit began to recognize its unshakable nature. The fire you endured has made you fearless. You have stared at loss and chosen to keep going. You have looked at impossibility and chosen to believe. And now, because of the fire, you are unstoppable. Listen carefully. Not everyone could endure what you have endured. That is why you often feel set apart. Others broke under lesser pressure. Others gave up when the heat rose. But you, though fragile, though imperfect, remained. This is the evidence that you are marked. This is proof that you are chosen. Heaven trusted you with fire, because heaven trusted you with destiny. And here is the eternal promise you must carry in your spirit. The prophet Isaiah proclaimed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." That is why the fire could not consume you. That is why the storms did not drown you. Because the one who sealed you was walking with you in every moment of the flame. Beloved, never mistake your trials for punishment. They were preparation. You were being forged into a vessel that could carry the final assignment. The weight of your calling required strength that could only be born through struggle. The fire was not against you, it was for you. So now, as you step into the next season, carry this truth. You are no longer fragile. You are fire-tested. You are refined. You are a living testimony that what was meant to break you only built you. And when the time comes to step fully into your assignment, you will not tremble, you will stand. Knowing the same God who carried you through the fire will empower you to fulfill your destiny. Chosen one. There comes a moment when the voice of heaven interrupts your ordinary routine. This is that moment for you. You were scrolling, distracted, maybe even weary. Yet suddenly, the Spirit of God has cut through the noise to deliver this word. That interruption is never random. It is heaven's reminder that you are on divine time. So many times in your life, you have felt delays. You asked, why now? Why me? Why here? But what feels like delay is often God's mercy. He has been orchestrating events so that when the assignment activates, you will not miss it. Divine timing is not always your timing, but it is always perfect. You might think of the days when you almost gave up, when you questioned your worth, when you felt unseen, when the voices around you told you it was over. Yet somehow, something inside you said, wait, that was not your strength. That was not coincidence. That was divine interruption. That was the Spirit whispering, hold on, because I am not done with you. Bilal, chosen one. Interruptions are often inconvenient. They catch you unprepared. They disrupt your plans. But heaven's interruptions are divine setups. When God interrupts, it is because He is shifting you into alignment. The very moment you feel you are too busy, too distracted, or too tired is often when heaven breaks in the loudest. That interruption is not punishment, it is invitation. Remember how Moses was simply tending sheep when the burning bush appeared. Remember how Mary was living her ordinary life when the angel Gabriel spoke. Remember how Saul was traveling on a road when the light of heaven struck him down. None of them expected it. None of them planned for it. But heaven interrupted them because their assignments had come alive. So it is with you, chosen one. This word you hear right now is a burning bush moment. It is an angelic announcement. It is light breaking into your path. And just as it was for them, it is not random, it is divine. The Apostle Paul affirms in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Do you see it? Heaven never interrupts because you are strong enough. Heaven interrupts because you are chosen enough. Even in your weakness, His grace seals you. Even in your doubt, His power proves itself. Chosen one, what will you do with this interruption? Will you dismiss it as coincidence, or will you recognize it as heaven's confirmation that the seal upon you is real, that the fire was preparation, and that your assignment is alive? The choice is yours. And now, here is where I ask you to take a prophetic action. In the comments, write these words, yes, Lord. Allah. It may look simple, but do not underestimate its weight. When you type, yes, Lord, you are not speaking to a screen. You are answering the voice of God Himself. You are declaring that your spirit agrees with His interruption. You are saying, I will no longer resist. I will no longer run. I give you my yes. That short declaration shifts the atmosphere. It silences the enemy who said, you were too far gone. It breaks the spirit of delay that tried to chain you. It awakens the angelic host assigned to your destiny, because heaven always responds to obedience. And most importantly, it seals in your own heart the truth that you belong to the assignment of God. This interruption is not an accident. It is a summons. Heaven is calling you to recognize who you are, to embrace the seal upon your life, and to rise into the destiny written for you before you were even born. And your yes, Lord, is the beginning of that rising. Chosen one, there is a mystery to your journey that many around you have never understood. You have been hidden in plain sight, while others chase platforms, recognition, and applause. You have often been overlooked, pushed aside, or underestimated. Yet, that invisibility was never rejection. It was divine concealment. Heaven has kept you covered until the appointed time. Think of it. When an artist prepares a masterpiece, it is not displayed in the middle of construction. It is covered, protected, and hidden until it is complete. So it has been with you. While others were thrust into the spotlight too soon and burned out, you were kept in the shadows so that your roots could grow deep. The covering was not punishment. It was preparation. You have felt the sting of being underestimated. People assumed you had little to offer because they could not see the seal upon you. They judged your worth by external measures: your job, your resources, your appearance, your connections. But none of that defined the truth of who you are. Heaven saw you. Heaven marked you. Heaven recorded your faithfulness in secret, even when no one else applauded. Chosen one. Hiding is not the same as being forgotten. Hiddenness is a sacred season. When Joseph was thrown into a prison, heaven was not ignoring him, it was positioning him. When David was tending sheep, heaven was not overlooking him, it was preparing him. When Esther lived as an orphan, heaven was not abandoning her, it was hiding her until the throne required her courage. So it is with you. Every season of hiddenness was heaven's strategy. You were shielded from premature exposure. You were protected from counterfeit opportunities. You were preserved from relationships that would have derailed you. What looked like delay was actually acceleration in disguise. Because heaven was investing in your unseen foundation. Chosen one. There is a danger in being revealed before you are ready. Exposure too early can crush the unprepared. That is why heaven in mercy covered you. When you questioned why doors seemed closed, God was actually locking you in safety. When you cried over the friendships that ended, He was removing distractions from your path. When you sat alone in silence, feeling forgotten, He was whispering to your soul that your value does not depend on human validation. You must remember this. Those who overlooked you were never meant to define you. Their blindness was part of the design. They could not recognize your light because it was not for them to see yet. Darkness has always tried to mislabel what it fears. And the seal upon you terrified the enemy long before you knew it was there. Do not despise your hidden years. Beloved, in them, heaven has stored treasures. In the silence, you learned to hear God's whisper. In rejection, you discovered His acceptance. In invisibility, you found identity, what others would call obscurity. Heaven calls consecration. And now the season begins to shift. The covering that concealed you will not last forever. The hidden one becomes the revealed one. And when heaven chooses the moment of unveiling, no man can block it. Just as Joseph went from prison to palace in a single day, your life can pivot in a single moment. And when it does, those who overlooked you will witness the authority you carry, not because you demanded it, but because heaven ordained it. The psalmist testifies in the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and He delights in His way. Your steps have not been random. Even your hidden steps have been ordered. Even the paths you walked in obscurity were directed by the hand of God. Chosen one. Rejoice in this. Being hidden was never the end. It was only the beginning. You are about to step into the stage heaven has prepared. Carrying the authority of one who has been forged in silence, refined in fire, and sealed by angels. Chosen one. The weight of the assignment you carry is not ordinary. Others may have wondered why your journey seemed so heavy, why you could not simply live as lightly as they do. But the truth is simple. Much has been entrusted to you, and with great entrustment comes great weight. Heaven has trusted you with what few could handle. From your earliest days, you felt that weight in your spirit. It showed up as responsibility beyond your years. It looked like being the one others leaned on, even when you yourself were weary. It looked like carrying burdens in silence, while those around you could not perceive the depth of your struggle. This was not because you were weaker than others. It was because you were stronger. Heaven knew your shoulders could carry more. But understand this. Beloved, the assignment is not a punishment. It is a mantle. The heaviness you have felt is the evidence that you are chosen to accomplish something far beyond yourself. You were never designed to live an average life, because the mark of heaven on you will not permit it. Every trial, every setback, every extra weight was molding you into the vessel required for this final mission. You may have asked, why me? And the answer is clear: because you are sealed. The angels of God have already marked you for this calling. That seal has guarded your destiny from collapse, even when you nearly gave up. And because you are sealed, the assignment is protected. The enemy may rage, but he cannot remove what heaven has written over you. Chosen one. Do not mistake the weight for loneliness. Heaven has not left you to carry it alone. The very angels who sealed you walk beside you. The Spirit of God strengthens you in weakness. And though the assignment is heavy, it is also glorious. For every burden you carry, there is a corresponding glory that will be revealed in you. The Apostle Paul assures us in the book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine." That means the weight you feel is only a fraction of the greatness that will be revealed. What God is preparing through you far exceeds what you can comprehend right now. And here is where I pause to speak to your heart sincerely. If this word resonates with your spirit, if you feel that undeniable confirmation stirring inside, then I encourage you, do not keep it to yourself. Share this message so that another chosen one, perhaps weary under their own unseen weight, can be reminded of the seal on their life. Like this message as a sign of agreement with heaven's word spoken over you today. And if you have not yet joined this family of sealed ones, subscribe so you never miss the strength, hope, and divine alignment that is being poured out here. These small acts are more than clicks. They are steps of unity in the Spirit, joining voices across nations, reminding one another that none of us carry this calling alone. Beloved, the weight of your assignment will make sense when you see the fruit of it. Lives will be touched through you. Darkness will be driven back because of your obedience. Generations will rise into blessing because you refused to lay down the mantle. That is why you have been tested more severely, refined more deeply, and preserved more carefully, because you carry something eternal. So carry it with courage. Chosen one. You may feel the heaviness, but you also carry the seal. You may feel the cost, but you also carry the crown. And when the time comes for the final assignment to unfold, you will see that every ounce of weight was worth the glory that follows. Chosen one. The seal upon your life is not only a mark of identity, it is a shield. Heaven did not choose you just to leave you vulnerable to sabotage. From the very beginning, the angels assigned to you have stood guard, resisting every demonic scheme, every hidden trap, and every betrayal that tried to cut your destiny short. You may not have seen them, but their presence has been the reason you survived what was meant to destroy you. Think carefully about the moments in your life when it could have gone another way. The accident that should have taken your life, the relationship that could have broken your spirit, the betrayal that nearly collapsed your heart. Yet, somehow, you were preserved. That preservation was not luck, it was the seal. That survival was not coincidence, it was heaven's defense surrounding you. You have enemies. Chosen one, both seen and unseen. Some wear the face of friendship, but harbor jealousy in secret. Some are spiritual adversaries, moving in silence to distract you, tempt you, or push you off course. Yet, none of them can undo what God has sealed. No sabotage, no betrayal, no weapon of darkness can cancel the assignment. Heaven has written over your life. The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17 declares this eternal truth. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. You must hear this deeply. The weapons may form, but they cannot prosper. The attacks may rise, but they cannot overthrow you. The voices may accuse, but they cannot define you. The seal of heaven is stronger than the schemes of hell. Beloved, this is why you have felt so much resistance. The enemy has always known that you carry a mission beyond yourself. He tried to break your spirit through lies, rejection, and sabotage, hoping you would abandon your calling before it ever activated. But the angels guarding you have not allowed the enemy to succeed. Even when you stumbled, you were lifted. Even when you faltered, you were strengthened. You are still here because heaven said you must be. Chosen one. Do not be discouraged when you feel opposition. Opposition is confirmation. If darkness fights you, it is because light radiates from you. If people plot against you, it is because heaven has elevated you in ways they cannot see yet. And if sabotage rises, it is because your assignment carries weight that terrifies hell itself. Hear me clearly. The seal upon you is stronger than betrayal. The protection over you is greater than every plot. Heaven is not only watching over your destiny, it is actively securing it. You will reach the place God has ordained, because what He seals, He finishes. Now, I invite you to take a step of agreement in the Spirit. In the comments, write this prophetic number, 444. Do not see this as random digits. It is a declaration. 4 is the number of stability, the foundation of creation, the sign of God's established order in the earth. When you type 444, you are declaring, my destiny is secured, my steps are ordered, my path is sealed. It is a visible sign of invisible alignment. Heaven hears it. Angels respond to it. Darkness recognizes it as a marker of obedience. Beloved chosen one, let this truth settle into your spirit. You are sealed against sabotage. No scheme will undo you. No betrayal will stop you. No weapon will prevail over you. You walk forward with the assurance that angels guard your path and heaven secures your assignment. Chosen one, whenever destiny begins to stir, resistance always rises. The whispers of the enemy have followed you closely, attempting to drown out the voice of God with lies and distortions. You know these whispers well. They sound like doubt, like fear, like shame. They question your worth. They remind you of your failures. They tell you that you are not ready, not capable, not strong enough to carry what heaven has entrusted to you. And yet, even in the face of those whispers, you continue to stand. That in itself is proof that you are chosen. If the lies had been true, you would have given up long ago. If the accusations carried weight, you would not still be here. But you are here, breathing, pressing forward, leaning into a calling that even the enemy cannot erase. Understand this: resistance is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of significance. Hell does not waste its energy on those who pose no threat. The enemy whispers because he fears what you carry. He distorts your vision because he cannot destroy your destiny. He tries to weary your soul because he cannot undo the seal that heaven has placed upon you. Chosen one. The most dangerous battles are not fought in the open, but in the silence of the mind. The battlefield of thoughts is where resistance often feels strongest. The whispers try to convince you that surrender is easier, that comfort is safer, that hiding is better. But you know in your spirit that you were not designed for retreat. Something in you refuses to bow, even when your flesh feels weak. That something is the Spirit of God alive within you. Do not despise the resistance, for it proves your progress. Every attack is a signal that you are stepping closer to fulfillment. Every lie is evidence that truth is stirring inside you. Every whisper of fear is countered by the roar of heaven, declaring over you, "This one is mine. This one will not fall." End quote. The Apostle Peter reminds us in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 10, "And the God of all grace will himself restore you and make you strong." This is your promise in the face of resistance. You will not only survive the whispers, you will rise stronger because of them. The very attacks meant to break, you will become the foundation of your testimony. Think of how often the enemy has spoken against you. You will fail, yet you are still here. You are unworthy, yet heaven has sealed you. You are alone, yet angels surround you. Every whisper has already been proven false by your survival, and every step you take forward is a rebuke to the lies that tried to silence you. Beloved, when the whispers rise louder, lift your head higher. They may taunt you with memories of your past, but your past cannot cancel your calling. They may mock you with fears of the future, but your future is already secured by the one who sealed you. They may echo in the night, but the morning light of God's word will always drown them out. Chosen one. You are stronger than the whispers. You are louder than the lies. You are sealed in truth that no enemy can undo. So walk forward, even when resistance surrounds you. For every step you take in obedience is another declaration that the enemy's voice has no authority over your destiny. Chosen one. You may not always realize it, but your very presence unsettles the powers of darkness. You carry within you a light that cannot be hidden. Even when you walk quietly into a room, the spiritual atmosphere shifts, because the seal upon you radiates authority. This is why some people are uneasy around you without explanation. They sense the light, even if they cannot name it. Your light is not something you created. It is the reflection of heaven within you. Every trial you endured, every prayer you whispered, every moment you chose faith instead of fear has kindled this fire inside of you. What you carry is not ordinary. It is weaponized light. Darkness does not fear your personality, your achievements, or your appearance. Darkness fears the glory that shines through you, the undeniable evidence that you belong to God. Think back on the times when hostility rose against you without cause. People turned against you, not because you harmed them, but because your light revealed what they were hiding. You exposed. Simply by existing, the conversations shifted when you walked in. The atmosphere felt heavy until your presence broke it. This is not arrogance, it is spiritual reality. You are a vessel of divine light, and that light wages war against the shadows. Chosen one. Never underestimate the power of your light. You might think it's small compared to the vastness of the world's darkness, but even the smallest flame can drive away an entire room of shadows. And the light within you is not small. It is sustained by the eternal Spirit of God. It does not flicker out with circumstances. It does not fade with opposition. It shines brighter the more it is resisted. The words of Jesus, recorded in the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verse 16. Declare this over you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you. That appointment is why your light terrifies the enemy. You were chosen, not by human vote, but by divine decree. You were appointed to carry light into places that darkness has claimed for too long. Understand this. Your light is not only for your protection, it is also for battle. It is a weapon. When you worship, your light intensifies. When you speak truth, it slices through deception. When you stand firm in faith, it blinds the strategies of the enemy. Your light disrupts strongholds without you even realizing it. You are not merely surviving spiritual warfare, you are actively waging it with every step you take. Chosen one. This is why the enemy has tried to silence you. If he can dim your confidence, distract your focus, or burden your heart, he hopes to dim the light you carry. But the truth is, your light is not dependent on how you feel. It is dependent on the seal of God upon your life. And that seal is unshakable. Beloved, you must learn to walk boldly with your light. Do not apologize for it. Do not hide it to make others comfortable. Do not dim it to blend in. Your assignment requires your full radiance. The crown prepared for you belongs to the one who chooses to shine without fear. So lift your head. Chosen one. Recognize the weapon you carry. Let your presence continue to disrupt darkness, not by striving, but simply by being who heaven has made you to be. You are a light bearer, a warrior cloaked in radiance, a sealed vessel of heaven whose glow cannot be contained. Chosen one. The fiercest war you have faced is not what others see on the outside, it is the one that rages inside your own mind. The battlefield within you is where the enemy has fought hardest. Because if he can capture your thoughts, he can weaken your steps. Yet, despite every attack on your mind, your spirit has refused to surrender. That in itself is proof that you are sealed. How many nights have you wrestled in silence, replaying mistakes, reliving regrets, questioning if you are truly enough? How many mornings have you risen with a weight pressing down before the day even began? These are not mere emotions, they are arrows of warfare aimed at the core of your identity. The enemy whispers doubt, shame, and confusion, hoping you will forget who you are. But chosen one, your spirit has carried you when your thoughts tried to betray you. Even when your mind echoed, I cannot do this. Something deeper inside whispered, you were made for this. That whisper was not yours alone. It was the voice of heaven breaking through the noise. Understand this. The battlefield within is proof of your destiny. The greater the calling, the greater the war. Hell does not fight those who walk without purpose. The storm inside you is not evidence that you are weak. It is evidence that you are dangerous to darkness. If your mind feels like a war zone, it is because your life is a threat to the kingdom of shadows. The Spirit of the Lord speaks in the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 8. You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. This is your promise. The battlefield within you will not end in defeat. The power of the Spirit does not erase the fight, but it ensures the outcome. You are not battling to see if you will win. You are battling from the position of one who is already victorious. Chosen one. The lies that echo in your mind do not define you. The failures that replay in your memory cannot cancel you. The fears that rise in your thoughts cannot overcome the truth sealed in your spirit. Yes, the battlefield is real, but so is the Spirit who fights within you. Every time you rise again, every time you pray through the storm, every time you take one more step, you are proving that light is stronger than the voices of darkness. And now, I ask you to take a step of declaration. In the comments, write these words: I am ready. It may look simple, but it is not casual. When you write, I am ready, you are telling heaven that you choose alignment. You are telling the enemy that his whispers have failed. You are telling your own mind that your spirit will lead, not your fear. This is more than a phrase. It is a prophetic stand. Imagine what happens when countless chosen ones, scattered across the world, all declare at the same time, I am ready. The battlefield of the mind trembles, because unity of faith amplifies the sound of victory. Heaven hears it. Angels strengthen you, and the enemy is reminded that you will not bow. Beloved, let this truth root deeply in you. The war inside your mind is not a sign of failure, but of significance. You are chosen. You are sealed. And even when the battle feels unrelenting, the Spirit within you ensures that victory is certain. Chosen one. You must understand the magnitude of what surrounds you. You are not walking alone. Even when it feels like your path is deserted, heaven has assigned angels to your journey. Warriors of light, whose entire mission is to see you safely to the fulfillment of your assignment. Their presence is not symbolic, it is real, powerful, and active. Every time you narrowly escaped danger, every time your heart was shielded from a wound deeper than you could bear, every time provision arrived at the exact moment you needed it, angels were at work. They are heaven's messengers and protectors, dispatched not because of your perfection, but because of the seal upon your life. Where others stumble without help, you have been carried. Where others are left vulnerable, you have been surrounded. The scriptures give us a glimpse of this reality. The psalmist testifies in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11. He will command his angels to guard you in all your ways. This is not poetic language, it is covenant truth. God himself has commanded angels to keep watch over you. That command cannot be revoked. And those angels will not fail. Chosen one. Their assignments are precise. Some guard your steps, blocking traps before you even see them. Some minister to your spirit, bringing strength when you are weak. Some fight battles you cannot see, striking down forces of darkness that dare to approach your destiny. You may never know the full extent of what they have done for you until eternity reveals it. But you can be assured of this: you are never outnumbered, and you are never unprotected. This is why you survived what others could not. This is why you still stand, even after seasons that should have destroyed you. It is not because you were stronger, it is because heaven reinforced you. The seal upon you has marked you as an assignment not only for yourself, but also for heaven's armies. You carry divine protection because you carry divine purpose. But, chosen one, with great protection comes great responsibility. The angels are not dispatched so you can remain still. They are dispatched so you can move forward in obedience. Every step you take into your calling activates their assistance. Every act of faith draws their swords. Every prayer whispered in sincerity strengthens their assignment. You are walking in partnership with heaven itself. And this is where I pause to speak sincerely to your heart. If this message confirms what you have already felt stirring in your spirit, then let's spread it together. Share this word so that another chosen one can awaken to the reality that they, too, are guarded. Like this message as a sign of gratitude for the protection you have received, even when you did not see it. And if you have not yet joined this family, subscribe so you can stay aligned with the constant flow of encouragement, truth, and prophetic declaration that is being released here. Beloved, never again believe the lie that you walk alone. You are accompanied, guarded, and reinforced by armies of light. Though unseen, they move with precision. Though silent, they speak loudly in the spirit. And because of their assignment, you can walk boldly into yours. Chosen one, take courage. The angels are not waiting for you to be perfect. They are waiting for you to keep moving. And as long as you do, no weapon, no scheme, and no darkness will prevail. Chosen one. Every great destiny comes with a test of obedience. This test is rarely about dramatic choices. It is most often woven into the small decisions of your daily life. It is in the moments when no one is watching, when your heart quietly chooses whether to follow the voice of God or the pull of comfort. Obedience is not glamorous, yet it is the very key that unlocks the fullness of your assignment. There have been times when the narrow road felt too costly. You saw others taking shortcuts, bending truth, living carelessly, and it seemed they prospered while you struggled. You asked yourself why you could not simply do the same. The answer is clear: you are sealed. Those paths may be available to others, but they are closed to you, because you carry something too precious to be risked. Obedience. Chosen one is not about rules. It is about alignment. When you obey, you align yourself with heaven's order. You place yourself beneath the covering of the one who sealed you. Every time you say yes to his instruction, even when it feels inconvenient, you are proving your readiness for the greater mantle. The enemy whispers that obedience is limitation. But the truth is that obedience is liberation. It frees you from entanglement, deception, and sabotage. Remember, Abraham, called to leave his homeland without knowing the destination. Remember Noah, building an ark under the ridicule of his generation. Remember Daniel, refusing to bow when the cost was his very life. Their obedience unlocked blessings far beyond themselves. And so it is with you. Your obedience is not just about your own life, it is about generations to come. There is a reason your delays have tested you so deeply. Heaven has been observing. Will you stay faithful when nothing seems to move? Will you cling to the promise when silence is all you hear? Will you obey even when reward is not immediate? These are not wasted trials. They are divine examinations. They are measuring the weight of your spirit, ensuring that when the assignment fully activates, you will not break under its weight. The Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8, proclaims this encouragement. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. This is why obedience, even in uncertainty, is never blind. You may not know the next step, but you know the one who walks before you. You may not see the full path, but you know the one who lights it. Beloved, obedience is often misunderstood by the world. They see it as weakness, as surrender, as foolishness, but in heaven's eyes, obedience is strength, honor, and faith. It is the posture of those who are chosen, those who are trusted, those who are ready, and you, chosen one, have been called to walk this narrow road. The test of obedience is not designed to break you, it is designed to reveal you. Each time you choose obedience, you silence the whispers of rebellion. Each time you yield, you demonstrate that your heart treasures the voice of God above all else. And in that yielding, heaven finds someone it can trust with more. So, as you walk forward, do not fear the cost of obedience. It may require sacrifice, but it also guarantees reward. It may feel heavy in the moment, but it builds eternal weight of glory. And when the final assignment demands your full surrender, you will not hesitate, for you will already have been trained, tested, and proven faithful. Chosen one. What you must see clearly is this: your obedience is not just about you. Every time you choose to align with heaven, you open doors for others to walk through. Every act of faith you take is multiplied beyond your sight. You are not only marked for survival, you are marked for multiplication. Think of the farmer who plants one seed. That seed seems small, buried in darkness, forgotten in the soil. Yet in time, it grows into a tree, and that tree produces fruit containing countless more seeds. Such is your life. Beloved, what feels like small obedience in secret is destined to multiply into blessings that touch families, communities, and even generations you will never meet. This is why the enemy has fought you so fiercely. He does not fear merely your personal victory, he fears the multiplication that will spring from your victory. If you rise, others rise. If you walk free, others follow. If you step boldly into your assignment, a chain reaction begins that hell cannot contain. That is why your warfare has felt heavier than those around you. It is not just about your story. It is about the many who will be impacted by your faithfulness. Chosen one, do not despise the small steps you have taken. Every prayer whispered in the dark has been a seed. Every moment you resisted temptation was a seed. Every act of kindness, every word of truth, every sacrifice made in obedience, all of it has been planted into eternal soil. And the harvest is coming, multiplied beyond measure. The Apostle Paul charges in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 6, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." This promise is not only about your journey, it is about the ripple effect your journey creates. God is not just completing something in you, He is completing something through you that will extend far beyond your lifetime. Beloved, generations are tied to your obedience. Children, yet unborn, will walk in freedom because you refuse to bow to compromise. Families you may never meet will find hope because you carried the light faithfully. Your assignment is not only personal, it is generational. The seal upon you carries multiplication power. This is why it is vital for you to believe in the significance of what you carry. The enemy will whisper that your efforts are too small, that your prayers are too weak, that your impact is too limited. But heaven declares the opposite. Nothing done in obedience is wasted. Every act counts. Every step matters. Every seed will multiply. And now, I invite you to mark this truth with a prophetic act. In the comments, write the number 555. This is not just a number. 5 represents grace. And to repeat it 3 times is to declare abundant, overflowing grace, grace that multiplies beyond comprehension. When you type 555, you are declaring, my obedience will multiply. Grace is covering my assignment. The work God began in me will multiply into many. It is a seal of agreement, a visible sign of invisible truth. Chosen one. Never underestimate what your life will produce. You are not only chosen to shine, you are chosen to multiply. And the fruit of your faithfulness will echo through time, carrying blessing into places you will never step, touching lives you will never meet, because you were faithful to the one who sealed you. Chosen one. There comes a moment in every divine journey when separation is no longer an option, but a requirement. The seal upon you is not compatible with every environment, and your destiny cannot be fulfilled while you remain tied to those who refuse to walk the same road. Separation is painful, but it is also holy. You have felt this tug already. Relationships that once felt comfortable now feel heavy. Conversations that once entertained you now seem empty. Places you once found belonging now feel foreign. This is not arrogance, it is transformation. Heaven is shifting your spirit to a higher frequency, and not everyone can breathe at that altitude. Separation does not always come because others are evil. Sometimes they are simply not aligned with where you are going. They may be content with shadows while you are called to light. They may choose compromise while you are called to consecration. They may cling to comfort while you are called to courage. If you remain bound to them, you risk delaying or even forfeiting what heaven is calling you into. Beloved, you are not abandoning people, you are answering purpose. Even Jesus had moments of separation. He withdrew from the crowds to pray. He left behind his hometown when they could not accept his identity. He took only a few disciples with him to the mountain of transfiguration. Separation is not rejection of others, it is alignment with God. This is why you have experienced loneliness at times. Heaven has been pulling you out of circles that could not carry the weight of your calling. The friendships that faded, the invitations that stopped, the doors that closed, they were not signs that you are unworthy. They were signs that you are being set apart. The prophet Habakkuk wrote in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time, though it linger. Wait for it, it will certainly come, and will not delay." This is why separation matters. The revelation of your destiny has an appointed time, and those unwilling to walk in holiness or obedience cannot go with you into that moment. To cling to them would only slow your steps. Chosen one. Separation always comes with sacrifice. You will miss some voices. You will long for familiar companionship. But remember this, you are never truly alone. The angels that sealed you walk beside you. The Spirit of God dwells within you, and heaven is preparing new connections, divine alignments with those who carry similar fire, those who understand the cost of obedience, those who will strengthen rather than drain you. Do not fear stepping away. What God removes, He replaces with better. What He asks you to leave behind, He redeems with greater. The narrow road is not crowded, but it is rich with presence. And the ones who walk it with you will be brothers and sisters who truly understand what it means to be chosen. So, release the weight of clinging to what no longer fits. Separation is not the end of your story, it is the clearing of your path. Heaven is not taking from you. Heaven is making room for what is to come. Chosen one, lift your eyes from what you have lost and set them on what lies ahead. The road narrows not to punish you, but to purify you. And when you step fully into your assignment, you will see that every separation was necessary. Every departure was divine. Every loss was making way for greater glory. Chosen one. There is a moment when hidden preparation gives way to visible mantle. You have been sealed, tested, refined, and separated. And now the weight of heaven's authority begins to rest upon you in ways that even others will begin to notice. This mantle is not something you earned. It is something entrusted to you. It is evidence that you have been chosen for more than survival. You have been chosen for leadership, influence, and impact in the realm of the Spirit. The mantle is heaven's mark of authority. It is the visible sign of an invisible calling. When Elijah cast his cloak upon Elisha, it was not just fabric, it was a transfer of destiny. When Joseph was clothed in garments of royalty, it was not simply fashion, it was the recognition of authority forged in years of hidden struggle. And now, as you rise from your season of preparation, the mantle is rising with you. Chosen one, you may already feel it. The weight upon your spirit has shifted. What once felt like crushing now feels like responsibility. What once felt like silence now feels like clarity. The mantle announces itself not through ease, but through an increase of assignment. Suddenly, you find yourself carrying words that pierce hearts, wisdom beyond your age, courage that surprises even you. This is not by your own strength. It is the mantle of heaven resting upon you. The prophet Joel proclaimed in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25, "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten." This is the assurance tied to your mantle. Every year you thought was wasted. Every season you thought was lost. Every moment you felt forgotten, they are being redeemed. The mantle is not only a sign of authority, it is the repayment of everything stolen from you. Heaven wastes nothing. What was broken is now being rebuilt into strength. Chosen one. The mantle is not only for your benefit, it is for others. The authority you carry is not to elevate yourself, but to lift others. You are not crowned for comfort, but for service. The mantle makes you a torchbearer, one who lights the path for those still stumbling in the dark. Your words will carry more weight. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your life will draw others toward the light you carry. But with the mantle comes responsibility. Do not forget the cost of reaching this place. Every trial, every tear, every separation prepared you for this weight. Do not despise the weight of the mantle. It is proof that you are trusted. Heaven does not place authority upon those unwilling to bear it. The fact that you carry it now is evidence that you have been found faithful. And yet, beloved, do not mistake the mantle for the final crown. The crown awaits at the end of obedience. But the mantle is what empowers you to walk the road toward it. The crown is your eternal reward. The mantle is your earthly responsibility. To wear the mantle is to declare, I accept the call. I will not shrink back. I will fulfill the assignment. And, chosen one, rise with courage. The mantle resting on your life is heaven's announcement that the season of silence is ending. You will not walk as one hidden, but as one entrusted, and as you carry this mantle forward, the world will see not just you, but the God who sealed you, sustained you, and now clothes you with authority for such a time as this. Chosen one, destiny does not whisper quietly forever. There comes a moment when the voice of heaven roars through you, shaking the very ground beneath your feet. This is that moment. What once felt like silence is now breaking forth into a sound that cannot be ignored. Darkness has studied you, resisted you, and whispered lies to you. But now it trembles because your voice is aligning with divine command. This roar is not about volume, it is about authority. When a lion roars, it is not to impress, it is to declare territory. When you lift your voice in alignment with heaven, you are declaring spiritual territory. You are saying, this ground belongs to God. This assignment belongs to heaven. My life is not up for negotiation. That roar shakes hell itself, because it is the sound of a sealed one stepping into their full authority. Beloved, you have been quiet for too long. You have hidden, doubted, and second-guessed, but the seal upon you will not allow silence any longer. Your roar carries deliverance for others. Your testimony carries breakthrough for someone still bound. Your courage carries strength for those still afraid. When you speak, it is not just sound, it is warfare. The Apostle John records in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. This is the roar of destiny. Heaven itself has opened doors for you, doors that no opposition, no betrayal, no weapon can close. And now, as your voice rises, you will walk through them with boldness. Chosen one, do not underestimate the power of this moment. When you release your roar through prayer, through worship, through bold declarations of truth, the atmosphere shifts. Chains break. Fear dissolves. Hope awakens. You become not just a survivor of battles, but a commander in the spirit, releasing heaven's sound into the earth. And here, beloved, I must pause to ask you to join your voice with mine. If this message burns in your spirit, if you feel the roar of destiny stirring inside you, then let it be known. Like this word as a sign of agreement. Share it so another sealed one, weary in silence, can find their roar again. Comment below your testimony, even just a few words of faith, so others may draw strength from your courage. And if you have not yet subscribed, I invite you join this family of chosen ones, walking together into divine purpose. These simple acts are not just engagement, they are unity. They are the collective roar of a people heaven has set apart. Beloved, the world needs your voice. Heaven placed you here not to echo, but to declare. Your sound carries something unique, something that cannot be duplicated, something that terrifies the enemy precisely because it was ordained before the foundation of the world. Do not hold it back any longer. Rise, chosen one, roar with boldness. Declare with confidence, "Let the heavens hear, let the earth witness, let hell tremble." You are not hidden anymore. You are not silent anymore. You are not passive anymore. The roar of destiny is alive in you, and nothing will silence it again. Chosen one, before the world ever places a crown upon your head, heaven has already done so in the unseen. Crowning does not begin with applause, recognition, or visible honor. It begins in the spirit, where God himself places authority and glory upon those he has tested and sealed. Right now, even if your life does not look like victory, the unseen realm testifies, you are crowned. This crown is not fragile gold, nor fading jewels. It is the incorruptible sign of victory, the symbol of a race endured, of battles fought faithfully, of obedience chosen in silence. Others may not see it yet, but angels do. The enemy sees it too. And that is why opposition has followed you so persistently. Hell recognizes the crown on your head before you ever hold it in your hands. The crown is not simply a reward, it is identity. You wear it because you belong to the King who never loses. You carry it because you stood when others fell, because you endured when others surrendered, because you chose obedience when rebellion seemed easier. Every tear has been counted, every battle has been recorded, and each one is woven into the crown you now bear. The Apostle Paul concludes in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8, "There is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day." This is your assurance. Chosen one, the crown is not a possibility, it is a certainty. What you have endured is not in vain, and what you have carried will not go unrewarded. Think of how many times you wanted to give up. Think of the nights you cried, convinced that your strength had run dry. In those very moments, heaven was weaving your crown. When you forgave the unforgivable, a jewel was placed. When you chose truth in the face of lies, the gold was strengthened. When you prayed while broken, the shape of victory was forged. The crown you carry is the silent record of your faithfulness. Chosen one. Crowns in the spirit manifest before crowns in the natural. Long before Joseph wore Pharaoh's ring, he was already crowned in heaven's sight while sitting in prison. Long before David wore the crown of Israel, he was already crowned in the spirit while shepherding sheep in obscurity. So too with you. Though you may feel hidden or overlooked, you are already wearing what the world has not yet recognized. And this unseen crown changes how you walk. You are not wandering, you are reigning. You are not begging, you are standing in authority. You are not a victim, you are a victor. Even when circumstances try to convince you otherwise, the spirit within you testifies of who you are. The enemy will try to blind you to the reality of your crown. He will whisper that you are unworthy, that you are still broken, that you are forgotten. But do not listen. You do not crown yourself. God crowns you. And what God crowns, no one can strip away. Beloved, wear your unseen crown with confidence. Carry yourself as one chosen, not in arrogance, but in quiet authority. You need not shout to prove it. Your presence declares it. You need not chase validation. Your crown is proof enough. You need not fear being overlooked. Heaven has already recognized you. Chosen one. The crown has been placed. Though invisible to the natural eye, it is more real than anything you can touch. Walk forward, knowing you are already honored, already trusted, already crowned in the realm that matters most. And soon, what is hidden will be revealed. Chosen one, everything you have walked through, every trial, every fire, every hidden season, every separation has been leading you to this convergence. The seal upon you, the mantle resting on you, and the crown already placed in the unseen are now coming together in one final truth. Your last assignment is being activated. This is not a rehearsal, not a delay, not another preparation cycle. This is the moment for which you were born. The final activation is not a new identity. It is the full unveiling of the identity you have carried all along. The seal marked you as God's own. The trials proved your endurance. The mantle confirmed your authority. The crown declared your victory. And now, the assignment calls you to release everything you have been given into the world around you. Chosen one. This assignment is weighty, but it is not impossible. It has been crafted specifically for you, shaped to your scars, fitted to your strengths, aligned with every lesson you learned in hiddenness. What once felt like random suffering now reveals itself as divine design. Nothing was wasted. Every tear, every loss, every unanswered question has been woven into the tapestry of this calling. The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, records the Lord's command: be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you, wherever you go. This is the anthem of your final assignment. Courage will be required, but fear will not prevail. Strength will be needed, but you will not carry it alone. The one who sealed you will walk with you to the very end. Beloved, do not think small of this activation. Your assignment is not just about personal blessing, it is about transformation. It is about being a vessel of heaven in a world drowning in darkness. It is about standing when others bow, speaking when others stay silent, shining when others hide. Your life becomes the message. Your presence becomes the sign. Your obedience becomes the breakthrough others have been waiting for. This activation is not comfortable. It will stretch you beyond what you thought possible. It will demand your yes, even when it costs you. But remember this: the same God who entrusted you with the seal, who strengthened you in fire, who placed the mantle upon you, who crowned you in the unseen, is the one who now activates your assignment. He has not brought you this far to abandon you now. Chosen one. When this assignment unfolds, you will see doors open that no man can shut. You will see connections align that you could never orchestrate. You will see fruit multiply from seeds you forgot you planted, and through it all, you will know this is not your doing, it is heaven's. So, step forward, not timidly, but boldly, not questioning, but confident. You are not who you once were. You are sealed. You are refined. You are mantled. You are crowned. And now, you are activated. The final assignment has begun. Chosen one. You have walked through every word of this message, from the seal placed upon you to the fire that refined you, from the mantle that rested on you to the crown already set upon your head. And now, you have stepped into the activation of your final assignment. This is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your fulfillment. You are no longer wandering. You are no longer questioning whether you are chosen. You have been reminded of the truth. You are sealed. You are guarded. And you are sent. Heaven itself bears witness to the glory written over your life. And now, I want to pause and speak to your heart sincerely. If this word has ignited something inside you, if it has confirmed what you already felt stirring, then let us rise together as a family of chosen ones. Like this message as your agreement with heaven's word. Share it so another weary soul can be reminded of who they are. Comment below to mark your obedience and faith, so others may draw strength from your voice. And if you have not already, subscribe and walk with us in every prophetic declaration yet to come. This is more than engagement, it is alignment. Together we roar louder, shine brighter, and walk bolder. The world needs the sound of the chosen rising, and you, beloved, are part of that rising.